Well, we're going to jump into this experienced eater segment, which I'm super excited about because I'm starving. I walked in here starving and it smells amazing. So before we jump into the business news events, we're going to turn to Britton and Michelle. They're going to do a live review of Bussin Bites. I happen to love Bussin Bites. I've eaten some of their products, in the past, but I'm excited to sit down with you guys. We've all ordered food. So everyone's going to taste and review together.
So this is a first, having a group review, and I'll have to lean on Phil to give me the cut ups of this so we can post it on TikTok and our other socials to go with it. And so my first experience with Bussin Bites though was down at the fairgrounds. I may or may not have been present for the micro wrestling that came through back a few months ago, and I was able to experience one of their corn dogs and some of their pork egg rolls. Super impressed. And so I'm glad to be able to get in and go a little deeper into the menu today and see. Now, Rachel, what do you have there?
I have a BLT, and I'm telling you right now, this bacon is thick.
So why don't you pick that up and then let the camera see the cross section there?
Oh, this is beautiful. I've never done a food review before.
I'm going to coach you through it.
Oh, I appreciate this. Okay. Ooh, look at all this bacon, guys. And that's not like thin, cheap bacon.
She thick, boys. Here we go.
And it's got tomato. Oh yeah, this is going to be good.
And like a good friend, I'll be there with the napkin.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm a bit of a BLT connoisseur. I get them everywhere I go. That's a 9 out of a 10. That bacon is very, very salty, and you need that against the green and the tomato. Yep, solid.
All right, and Phil, what do you have? I think you and I got the same thing.
Yeah, I got the steak sandwich here.
The steak sandwich. All right.
And it looks good. It's like a real piece of steak too,
Like a ribeye sandwich.
Yeah.
We're going to try it here.
So this is the awkward part about food reviews is inevitably it's important to get the facial response and to get those things, but you can't immediately talk while you're trying to get that bite down. So we have been trying to work out a system for that, and we're almost there, but it's difficult to say the least because
we just have to keep practicing eating. We just have to keep practicing eating.
I got to keep practicing our creating content. And so, one of the things that's always challenging as you're working through a review is to be able to do that, because you want to be able to tell the experience of what you're enjoying to go with it. So what'd you like best about that, Phil? And have you had that before?
I haven't had that before. I've had like a bunch of the other things on the menu. I specifically got this just because I hadn't tried it yet. And I like the steaks taste great. Raymond, you did a great job. I like the mushrooms and the onions are caramelized, and all of the flavors together. It just tastes really good.
Awesome. Now, John, you have already got a head start. You already showed one. There you go. Now, I do find it interesting that you ate that corn dog plain. Some people, some of our viewers need to know, how do you eat your corn dog? Mustard, ketchup, or both?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I know people that do barbecue sauce and mayo and some other things too. So
I feel like a good corn dog is like a good steak. You don't have to church it up, put anything on it. No A1, no sauce. Just take it as it is. But you never go mouth to dog. You always take the dog to the mouth. That's one thing.
That's what that stick's there for. It is there to slide. Now, these are hand dipped hot corn dogs. And I want to say it's a 4-ounce hot dog. So, I mean, that's a pretty good size. That's a pretty good size portion. So now, Mama, what's
goodness? Yeah. I mean, as far as corn dogs go, that is good looking. And my gosh, I mean, they didn't skimp on the corn dog there. That is fantastic. And I am a believer myself of, I like to just have it with nothing on it because I love the corn dog.
The batter.
Itself.
It's all
the
about
batter.
The corn dog, yeah.
I like a sweet batter. Oh, nice.
And as someone who has been in the truck and they let me batter and fry my own dog, it's hefty before you get the batter on there. It's a big dog.
That weighs a pound.
It's a half pound, I think.
It's a half pound. Wow, my gosh.
The dog is itself, yeah.
That is excellent. Dog's got good flavor. Very nice and soft and sweet.
He worked a long time on getting that batter just right. I know he was struggling with it, but he got it just right.
I'm loving this BLT. I'm not done eating. I don't know how these food reviews work. Is it one bite and done?
Well, it depends on if you're reviewing pizza or not. If you're reviewing pizza, it's one bite. Everybody knows the rules, and you kind of go from there.
That is true. I've watched those.
And I'll tell you, Dave Portnoy with his pizza reviews are one of the things that kind of inspired us to start doing this. Because I had no idea what Barstool Sports are. I have a pretty limited scope of things. I really stick into what I know and what I like, and I don't branch out a whole lot. But it's really interesting. I started watching his reviews, and And I was more inspired, not by the pizza or by the quality. I was more inspired by what he was doing for small businesses. And so, and that was one of the things that we discussed is, what's something that we can do that's fun. We're already doing. I've been doing Google reviews for a long time as we traveled and did things all over, for various reasons. And so the Google reviews are always fun because that's how I found restaurants. I'd go to Google and look at the ratings and kind of see what the menus were and who took reservations and how busy they were, and being the typical nerd doing all my research before I go somewhere. And that was kind of that was how I ended up. And then back in, I guess it was back in the spring, she said, "Hey, what if we did a TikTok channel just doing food?" And and then Michelle came up with the idea of Experienced Eater, and then some of the other things branching out. Because in my dream world would be, I would love to be the guy that they pay to go to a restaurant, be a secret shopper, enjoy the meal. Somebody pays for my meal, and then I tell them what they did well, what they need to improve upon, and then even offer strategies to do that. That would be like, sign me up.
Yep. Now, what did you order?
Now I'm going to pass the mic over here.
I'm going to multi-hand it here.
And so this is actually supposed to be Michelle's. We were supposed to share the corn dog, but we've already done the steak sandwich. And so this is the country fried steak sandwich. And I know somebody's going to be jelly about this, so I'm not going to knock off the water. But I want to get a cross section of this. Go with it, and technically that's your water. I put mine down below. Let's see if we'll have to do a split here. There we go. All right, so we have a country fried steak patty, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and this is one of Michelle's favorites.
My mouth is watering because that's one of my favorites.
This is very reminiscent of a chuck wagon. The chuck wagon is an old school thing that is hard to find these days, and so.
Oh, we're gonna get your bite sound too.
Oh, let's get the hunch. Here we go.
So while he's chewing, I'm gonna talk to you because we didn't talk about the French fries. So I had a couple fries as well, and I like this kind of fry because they have the little coating on them. So I thought that my fries were really good too. But I'm gonna give my corn dog rating, man. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10, man. I think if I could give it an 11, I would. It is outstanding. I will definitely be back for one of those. So I'm gonna be curious to taste some of Britt's too.
So that was excellent. Now I'm going to tell you, I made an ordering mistake. Number one, I didn't order cheese. Didn't do that. And number two, I'm one of those weird guys. I don't like hot lettuce. And so I should have got that with pickle, tomato, mayonnaise, and no lettuce. But the execution on the sandwich was great. The beef had great flavor. The bun, they've done a really good job. They've selected a very good bun. All in all, I'd give this an 8 out of 10 just because I didn't. That's one of the other things that's hard about food reviewing is you need to realize that if it's your preference versus execution, and also if it is, if you make a mistake in your order, if you do something that because a lot of people they'll get on the internet and they'll trash a restaurant because they get something in their, just for example, the lettuce was hot and the bun was cold. Well, you got it to go and it was brought to you. It was fixed 30 minutes ago. So, you have to keep all those extraneous
opinions.
It's just, there's things that occur that you got to take into consideration overall. But I absolutely love the steak sandwich. We have a mushroom and Swiss back here, but I don't think we're going to get to that because we probably got moved to another segment. But I am going to enjoy my some of this corn dog and some of this sandwich while you guys are talking.
You better hurry because it's almost gone.
Well, guys, I appreciate you all walking us through a food review live. Like, I've never gotten to do one before, and I've watched a ton. I enjoy them. So thank you, Bussin Bites. It's amazing. We'll all be back. I think we can all agree. So
I'll say this, that they have a pretty expansive menu, and I will definitely be looking forward to getting to the truck. And I'd like to see a little behind the scenes action, see their setup, and then give them some encouragement. But you guys see the Bussin Bites truck. It's big. It's red. Kind of makes me think of a little almost Hulk Hogan-esque in a way, the way it's set up and the coloring. If you see those guys out and about, you definitely need to stop, get a corn dog, get a steak sandwich, and enjoy the food. And it's an experience you've got to have.
For sure. All right, John, it's the week of Christmas and New Year's. Can we talk about what's happening around Hardin County this week?
We can, but isn't there another thing we need to talk about before that with Bussin Bites?
Oh, you mean the announcement? I have that.
Is that later on?
Yeah, I have that after.
Okay, so I thought it was right there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. Let's do that one real quick. Where